Americans helping Americans and AMP Live, the American Mentee program. One America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you. And AMP Live, the American Mentee program, where we train and mentor people 7 days a week across the United States of America, um, doing our part for America. We're here with you. Okay, so we had a little bit of some technical issues. I'm going to be your host today for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. And basically, the topic is wholesale versus JV, joint venturing versus creative real estate investing, and who's going to be the winner. This is part two. Wanted to dig in a little bit on the mechanics of what a bird dog is. We're going to kind of go through the flow. Bird dog, wholesaler, right? Fix and flip, buy and hold. Then you start getting multifamily and things of that nature, or creative real estate investing. So you're not having to do the old school stuff and can I get in this business? I got to go get some credit, and I got to go do this and save some money before I can buy a house and invest, things of that nature. Can you go from single family or no? Not let's go straight to multifamily. Sure, you can do anything on the planet. Nothing is undoable, or nothing is what's the word I'm looking for? There is nothing that you cannot do. You just got to put your mind to it and go for it. Get the right information, study, dig in, and then execute, right? A lot of people just don't want to. It takes time to think, right? It's hard to think. People think, well, thinking is easy. Try it, right? Critical thinking, that's something that's not around anymore, right? It's there, but guys like Elon Musk, right? I'm going to say some names out there. Don't take it personal. It's not like, hey, I don't know them or anything like that. It's just, hey, just taking some good and the bad. My opinion, as my dad always used to say, opinions are like assholes. We all got one, right? Mine is based on, from my experiences, stuff I've went through, stuff we've gone through, stuff we've gone through with business associates and doing this business since 2003. I'm going to be your host today. We're going to talk about round two of wholesaling versus joint venturing, or JV, right? JV, joint venturing, and creative real estate investing. What are the pros and cons of it? What do you need to do? How does it work? If you already know, awesome, congratulations. You got your jam. Maybe bird dogging's working for you, maybe wholesaling's working for you, or maybe you fixed and flip at one time and now you're doing wholesaling stuff. Maybe now you're doing creative real estate investing, or you're in an area going, I did some deals, I was doing some stuff, it was working, but then my area is all filled with rentals. This is a rental market. I'm saying I found this on YouTube and these other places saying I better do some creative real estate investing. That's what I need to do. I need to get into creative real estate investing. It's not a bad thing, because that is awesome, right? I'm going to be biased to creative real estate investing because that's our jam. That's my jam. We love the art of the deal. We love structuring deals in different manners, right? And depending on what it is, when we're always going in to buy a single family property, we're always thinking sub two, sub two, sub two. We'll present it to the seller over time. We're not going to do it on the phone. I'm going to say some things that might offend people. If it does, I might drop some S-bombs today or some F-bombs. Do not take it personal. Also, I don't have these, I got the readers on wherever they're located, right? Dad didn't tell me, right? Or my parents would say, hey, your eyeballs are going to start going out at a certain age. So I'm dating myself there. But if you're a youngster, hey, there's youngsters I know that have bottle caps on them, right? It is what it is, right? That's what I get for thinking, hey, look at you, right? Now I got to wear the sons of bitches, right? I'm a straightforward person, to the point, but I like to be intricate and kind of sharing some stuff with you. So if you see this video anywhere, there's some links down below. Click those links if you wanted to talk with us more about coming aboard, working with us, mentoring, training, coaching, or if you're interested in becoming an investor with us and you just want to write a check, get a check back, become a first trusted investor, or an investor looking for property, want to put in a buy order for 6, 7, 8, 9 deals, 10 deals, 100 deals, whatever it may be. We're awesome at finding deals and working deals. We have our own flavor, our own thing. That's why I want to talk about wholesale. Let's talk about joint venturing. Let's talk about creative real estate investing. It's almost like going to get a job. You get hired, you go get a job, or you have a degree and you get a degree, hopefully in what you studied. Doesn't mean you're going to become the CEO. Doesn't mean you're going to get an entry level is where it is, right? Means you don't, hey, you got entry level, means you don't got to mop the floors, but you're going to come in and work at a desk and do what needs to be done, right, at the end of the day. Let me put these on really quick. me do this private chatty thing. There's the Facebook on below is going to be a little ticker. Talk about, so you see stuff floating back and forth there. If you have anything you'd like to say or do, just go ahead and reach out, type it in there, and we'll get it answered for you. I may not be, or I may not see it, but it's okay. Let me close that out real quick. All right, but that's what it's about. Go ahead and watch the video. Take the nuggets that are going to drop today. Take the nuggets that we're going to the nuggets we're going to drop today. Got my coffee. It's been an awesome day. It's been kind of a crazy day today. A lot of tech issues. We were going to go with Zoom, then we're going to go with this platform. So we defaulted back to this platform here. I believe it's called RE Stream of some sort. It's cool. It's got these little nice things. We're going to do a little, not a presentation, but I'm going to share kind of what AHA is about. I'm going to share my 2 cents on, well, wholesaling, right? Still missing a spot because there's a lot of wholesalers out there that I would consider bird dogs. They're going, what the hell is a bird dog, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about all those 3 things. We're going to talk about investing, cash flow, buy and hold, what the market's doing right now, what the hoopla is all about, why it is what it is, and it's just my opinion. Full disclosure, I'm not an attorney, so it is what it is. So take this information on an attorney, a bookkeeper, or a CPA. Take the information and do your own due diligence. Do your due diligence. I expect you to do your due diligence. We expect you to do your due diligence. We're doing this live across the United States and the world here in beautiful Southern California. If you see this video, stop it. Look for it. Go to the other videos. Go to YouTube. Go to the Amp Live Facebook group. Go to Spotify. We got the Amp Live Real Estate Show. We got a blog. All that stuff that's on social media you can see and study and look and go for. If you want to connect with us, we're very simple to approach. We got an open door policy. We love to work with you. We got a one-on-one program that's awesome that we're taking across the United States that we've been doing for the last 12 years. I've been in the business since 2003. I've been rocking and rolling, fixing, flipping, buying, holding since that time. We went through the crazy abyss, or the real estate and the world dropped into the abyss and went silent for a few years. Social media rolled out, came up with this thing called, it's called wholesaling. Well, it's creative real estate investing at its core, right? The last cycle and the cycles before that, because the 80s and 90s and Reaganomics as they call it, right? You got interest rates at 18, 17, 16%. Rates are squeezing up as we're going into the 2000s and stuff. The 90s got hammered, right? The late part of the 90s, HUD and Freddie, Fannie and Mae, and all those different types of government companies, right? Kind of had HUD homes, available at that time. And it was kind of crazy because I was not in the business, but I heard about it from my mentors, and they kind of seen what transpired. And literally HUD homes, right? People would buy these properties, and up in the high desert in California, the brokers who got the accounts for HUD was awesome because they could sell the properties. But these properties were going for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 bucks. That's the stuff that's priced in Ohio, right? That's Ohio price stuff. But you're able to pick it up in California the last cycle. It's kind of crazy. But these houses were freaking gutted, just like Ohio, Missouri, or the Midwest. All the pipes gone, the electrical's gone, the plumbing was gone. Excuse me. Maybe do a little bit of water. Wet the whistle. But they went in and locked these properties up. Investors buy them cash, and they take them over. All kinds of crazy stuff. They sell them through HUD. There's a process for that. That turned into a business where you can go, hey, I'll go buy HUD houses, or I'm going to do this and become a nonprofit and get first dibs on HUD properties, and then the next in line, then the public, and all that good stuff, right? So that stuff happened. It's still kind of happening today, but not a lot, right? You're not seeing houses that are like neighborhoods that are just gone, right? Look like ghost towns. But they got rehab. People went in there, they bought them, they rehabbed them, they fixed and flipped them. Then they mostly turned them into rentals. So I know some people that I know personally bought these properties, and a lot of them, right, 100, 150, wrote it all out. Last cycle, sold 100, paid off 50, right? Family retired, but he's still working, right? Doing his thing, building a bigger empire, and then the same thing started happening again. From the last cycle, came in, and then boom, he had his 50 properties, doing his stuff, building the business. And then what happened is the market went up, took a shit, boom, buy those properties again. There is a little thing, don't quote me on this, right? But it does happen in regards to inflation. Inflation, the cycle usually will be about, you got your inflation about 5-10% above inflation. So properties are at 100, you got your inflation 103 or whatever, and then you're going to have 5 or 10% on top of that, so it may go up to 115, 120. When the market went up, can have a $100,000 property, let's say, and then inflation is 103. Well, let's say it went up to 190, 220, 320, 300, maybe 275,000. But then the market adjusts and the new cycle comes and it goes back to not 100, not 103, about 5-10% above inflation, so about 115, right? Maybe somewhere around there, 120, 18, 17, somewhere around. Do the numbers, and that's the new adjustment. That's the time if you got lots of money, or you know people with lots of money, gobble, 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 and gobble up all that stuff. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on BlackRock and Blackstone and all that good stuff, right? But I believe it's BlackRock. That is what it is. But that's kind of what's going to happen in every cycle, right? Go back. Nobody has a crystal ball. So nobody has a crystal ball. We can't figure that stuff. No, of course you can't. But you want to go back to the 1800s, 1907, and all the way till now. Look at economics, see what's going on. Try to look for trends and things that were happening and have happened, and then prepare for them. Because hindsight's 2020, right? Happened to me last cycle. Happened to other my mentors, and some of their things that they've gone through, right? I know people had all kinds of property who took a shit in the last cycle, right? I know some people that committed suicide and died, right? Or not died, they killed themselves, right? Or they went bankrupt, or they got a divorce and all kinds of shit. And they're still coming back from the abyss and going, man, I'm still repairing my shit. And there's others that have bounced back very quickly and they're rocking and rolling, doing their thing. We're here with you at the end of the day. We have a cause and mission. That's to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America to do our part. We believe in God we trust. We believe in America first and Americans first. I also believe that united we stand, there's strength in numbers, right? I believe in the Constitution. We believe in the Constitution. We want to help our fellow Americans, whether you believe in God or not. Put love in your heart, right? And move forward, right? Our goal is to help our fellow Americans across the United States move out from the JOB and into a Maverick, forging with us, or they go on their own and forge their own branch, which is cool, which is happening now and it has been for the last 12 years. We just kind of put everything together of what worked for the last cycle. We obviously adapted and adjusted for the new cycle of social media, Facebook marketing, Google ads, websites, lead generation. But we also have never lost the art of the deal, right? Kind of saying, what's the art of the deal? It's creative real estate investing. Creative real estate investing is your key to doing real estate if you want to be part of the 1 to 3% in America, to know how to do creative real estate investing correctly. Single family, you can do it with multifamily, commercial, hotels, motels, storage units, you name it, right? Then you're at the right place. Reach out to us. Click those links down below. Take the AMP Live survey. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. We'll chat with you. Pick our brain. Think of it as like a free consultation, right? You go pay an attorney, $100, $200, $300 an hour, right? We're going to chat with you for free. We're going to pick your brain, or you're going to pick our brain. We'll lay it all on the table for you, and you can go, hey, what about this? What about that? What about that? And if it helps you in the current market, we're saying awesome, right? If you go out and do some deals from watching what we do, or we're able to help you, awesome. Okay, we're here to pay it forward because there is truly a cause and a mission that we're on. We're not going to stop until, hopefully we've got a couple of more cycles to rock and roll and help people throughout this cycle. I seen the last cycle where you had all the gurus do all their stuff and do all their seminars, and then the market took a shit, and the internet marketers, quote unquote, dominated the arena and selling their $47 courses, $197 courses when they were 20, 30, 40 grand, and selling that shit for 197, 47. But the internet marketers were rocking, right? Because they're badass at that stuff, man. That is awesome. If you can figure out how to sell something online, shit, you're set forever, right? It's just a beautiful thing, but there's a lot of moving parts in that, kind of like real estate. So real estate is our jam. Plug that in with some awesome marketing. Woo, you got yourself something very deadly, okay? Just my 2 cents. But that's what happened. So the guys and gals that were gurus were going to these internet marketers, and they're going, hey, how can I put this? How can I do this? With hosting and lead generation and pages and landing pages, butterfly marketing, all that good stuff, right? You go to one page and it's an upsell and it's an upsell and it's a downsell and it's a downsell. You got a funnel. That's where all that stuff is coming from, like Russell Brunson, Mike Phil saying all those crazy words. You got there's other ones, of course, right? I didn't name them off, but they're there, a little more underground, a little bit different. Same concept, internet marketing. Going, what the hell is that? I am. Got big into that, right? As well as the real estate, because I knew that, hey, you got to have leads. You got to have leads. There's got to be a process. There's got to be some automation. But nothing is ever left. The art of the deal. I go like, hey, you can have all the tech you want. 20% of this business is tech. The other 80% is you. Without you understanding how to structure a deal, how to talk to a seller, how to work with the seller, how to structure a deal while you're moving in and pivoting and using a process so you're not wasting time, so you're not being an idiot and writing offers on the phone. I'll pay you this, I'll pay you that, and then they get offended and leave. Sometimes they will. Hey, that's the needle in the haystack. You finally found someone who said, just make me an offer. This is what I want. You do the numbers. You got it. No problem. Where do I meet you? I'm gonna send this via digital. Sign this for me. Get it back. And I'm gonna come visit with you later. Or if it's down in Florida and you're in California in the Midwest, a lot of people are saying go virtual because it's easier. No, it's not easier. If you can't do the shit right here in your own backyard where the grass is just as green, makes you think you're going to make more money doing it virtual with no boots on the ground. You still got to put in that infrastructure to make that stuff happen. They say fail forward. Fuck failing forward. Why the fuck you got to fail forward? Just do your math. Do your homework. Study. Figure out how do you want your business to be perceived. And then start working towards it. Start building the infrastructure, and then go for it. And try to fail as less as possible. Once you got the foundation and you know what you want and you test it, then you can fail forward and break a bunch of shit. That's what Facebook and all them sons of bitches did, right? They released shit, wasn't even ready. That's kind of the norm now. Let's release stuff and test it out in the market, right? Can you imagine like glasses? Let's test out these glasses. They got this and that, and they got cameras, and let's put it out there in the market, see what happens, and we'll figure it out as we go. Back in the day when we actually made stuff in America, it was made in America. It went through R&D, research, development, test, this, that, test. Because when America released a product, it was badass. It was super solid. Not none of this Chinese shit where they go rip it off and then go produce it, with some child labor and some other stuff and all the things that they do, and then rip us off and rip off the copyright and this and that, and then sell us back shit products, right? Hence Walmart, Costco, you get all a bunch of crap. There's no American companies. It's dumb. It is what it is. We need to get back to made in America. I am made in America. I was born in America, right? I'm a fourth generation. I don't know, quote me on that. Fourth, fifth generation. I believe fourth generation American, right? And I'm proud of it. Proud to be in this country. Proud to be with my fellow Americans. Proud to be doing what we do here and sharing this with you across the United States of America and the world. There's no bullshit involved. There's no drama. We just believe in helping our fellow Americans, paying forward. It took a little bit of time, probably because I'm older now, right? When I was younger, it is what it is. It's all me. As you get older, you want to serve, give. And you understand that's what the universe is about. You can call it Mother Nature, visualization, the world, the universe, people, God, right? We're all connected. I don't want to get too philosophical on everybody, or at the end of the day, it's what my beliefs are my beliefs. That's what I believe. We all got to have a higher power, right? We all got to have a higher power, right? That's God. Mine doesn't have to be yours. Read Think and Grow Rich, my tip. Get the book. If you haven't read it in years, grab it, dust it off. If you're having a hard time, spinning your wheels, things aren't quite going your way, Think and Grow Rich, pick up the book. It'll alter your life. I was earlier talking about a couple of things. We're looking at bringing some people over to NorCal. I got the okay to bring people over into Southern California and go after acquisitions. Come on down. So if you're into acquisitions, dispo, lead generation, marketing, all that good stuff, we want to talk with you, as well as high ticket sales, just in that little thing. So there's a little PSA, public service announcement. But we're talking about, hey, we're having a little interview with the young man, and things of that nature. And it's basically You need to put your way out of paper bag, be coachable, follow directions, take action. You're going to get results. We're going to talk about those results. We're going to rinse and repeat. We're going to help you get somewhere, but you got to pay it forward, just like with my mentor. I had to pay it forward with my mentor. He wouldn't have worked with me, right? That's 40 years of experience that he had in apartment buildings, single family, fix, flip, buy, hold, sub two, working with the banks, buying from the bank, buying from credit unions on the second, working subject to existing financing, option, seller finance, rent to own. All those things fall under the umbrella of creative real estate investing. It was called just, hey, no money down. Because when I got started, I didn't think about selling off contracts. I knew that commercial did that, take an option on a property, put some money. I'm going to do my prospectus and figure out how I can develop this piece of property and then maybe do it or get investors or sell it off. But I didn't know that contracts could be sold. Every contract is assignable if it says, as long as it doesn't say it's not assignable. There are some companies that put that out there. There are some real estate agents that are putting some of that language in there. This contract is not assignable. Yeah, I get it. It is what it is, right? But until I figured that out, because I started off as a bird dog, right? A bird dog. What is a bird dog? You go out and find properties and wherever you're at. So if you have no car and you have no tools, no excuse, go look at properties, go drive around, walk around, look for properties, look for the ugliest houses on the block. That's like old school stuff, right? And it's true. Find ugliest houses, apartment buildings, commercial properties, vacant properties, and write them all down. My thing was, hey, if I'm going to become a real estate investor, become a bird dog, I like the language of a real estate investor. Find me an ugly property, give me an address, a telephone number if you have it. If not, that's cool. Just give me an address. If I buy it, I'll cut you a check for a referral fee. I go, okay, cool, I can do that. While I'm working I had an 80, 90-hour salary job and went to a management job working 45 to 47 hours, right? So I still had a bunch of hours during the day and the weekends. So I figured I was already working 2 jobs, so I might as well do my management job, pay my bills, and then do real estate, learn real estate so I can shit can the job. And that's what I did, right? So just a suggestion, right? A lot of people are getting in this business going, I quit my job because of the Chinese virus, right? They got a taste of what it's like to not have to work and get some free money and this and that. And if they didn't, they had to move in and live with each other. It's just kind of crazy, right? It's altered the mindset. And then, administration hasn't made it easy just to print money and all kinds of crazy stuff. But the bottom line is that everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I definitely get it because it's in you. Right? God wants you to be an entrepreneur. God wants you to be rich. God wants you to be healthy and wants you to be wealthy and wants you to have abundance, right? And prosperity. But not everybody's willing to pay the price to go and earn it, to go and do it, right? And that's what we're here to do today. We're going to change that for you, hopefully. Or if you're already rocking and rolling, awesome. Let's do business together in some capacity or not. I definitely get it, right? We approach certain people. Sometimes it's a mix, a good mix or a good fit, and sometimes it's not, right? We definitely get that. Everybody has their own flavor, but it's all about bringing value to whoever you're working with and vice versa. Our goal is to bring you value at the end of the day. But let's get back to the bird dogging. Started off as a bird dog, finding properties, and I give them to people. And then my wife happened to be doing some mortgage stuff. She had access to title. I did not. And she goes, did you get paid? I said, no, I didn't. Well, they did the deal, and they fixed it because they closed escrow, but they didn't pay you. So I said, shit. All right. They circumvented me. So I had to get savvy. I'm going to get together an NDA. So I'm going to take it further and get an NDNC, non-disclosure, non-circumvent, right, agreement. And I'm putting that together. And I need, so I want to make sure I know who I'm working with, proof of funds, all that good stuff. As a bird dog's not needed because I already went and said, I'm not doing bird dogging no more. I'm going to go and lock up my contracts and I'm going to find private money, hard money, or whatever, and I'm going to fix and flip these bad boys, right? I'm going to do this shit myself. I'm going to eliminate the investor. And I'm going to get into fix and flip myself and do my own thing. Hence, what people call wholesaling now, right? To a degree, because I wasn't planning on wholesaling. It was by accident. So I built my system. I didn't want to knock on doors or make freaking cold calls. I want to deal with quality over quantity, right? We call it the 2100 rule, 20 solid leads out of 100, 80 are shit. I still get debates about, short form, long form. You know what? We tested them both. They both work, but we prefer quality over quantity, okay? And now we used to be the 80-20 rule with just people who are wanting to come to a brokerage or work with the brokerage or work with a private firm. It's now the 85-15. Yes, I'm a little cynical because it's getting smaller and smaller. That means, lazier and lazier people. 85-15% rule now, right? That's what keeps the office rocking and rolling, or whatever you're doing, if you have an office or not, or doing the work, or have people working for you or not, or if that's the goal, then hey, we want to help you with that as well. But I moved the shift and I made the shift just to do contracts. I already had my stuff set up, had my website, seller website, inventory for inventory, national 800 number, lead gen forms for sellers and buyers and all this good stuff. Stuff that's really prominent today. We're already doing in the last cycle, right? Everything we put together, we try to keep sexy. My attorney at the time said, hey, just be careful to make sure you're not looking like a brokerage. So we have a marketing services company, private real estate firm coming in as a principal. But we wanted to have nice signs, wanted to have nice cards, not like the investors who went to Home Depot and got these shitty yellow signs, or their card was like a flip card, right? It was all green, it looked like shit. And we had gloss, we had nice cards. We still do even today because we obviously have adapted. Now we're moving to digital cards and everything's digital and social media. So adapt, adjust, or you will perish. Obviously, we're here, not going to get rid of us. The world's not going to get rid of us. We're going to keep rocking and rolling and keep on expanding and growing. And moving forward, helping our fellow Americans. I'm going to get a little bit of this Joe right here. But, we all got our vices. That's one of them. But I drink a lot of this. And I crank up a lot of rock and roll. And I read a lot of books, and I keep myself fired up and motivated. Plus, it's fine, awesome people like yourself. If you see this, and we're working with mentees across the United States, you know who you are, the past, the current, and the future. It's an awesome thing. That's what keeps me going, what keeps us going at the same token, right? Because this is a passion thing. This is a passion. It's not even a job. It's not a career. I do this because I have a passion for it now, right? I've always been obsessed with real estate, period. Been obsessed with marketing and all that good stuff. So it's a natural progression. It's a ladder move. And here we are. And we'll continue to make ladder moves because we have big plans for AHA American South Americans and Amp Live and Amp Live Media, VIP execs, VIP lender, all that stuff in a boutique candy store is what's happening across the United States right now. We love to speak with you, love to talk with you, love to help you build your brand, do whatever it is to get you up and running for your business. If this is your dream and you want to get obsessed, or you're getting obsessed with real estate, reach out. Call 888-828-1468, 888-828-1468. That's our national toll-free number. Or if there's something down there, go ahead and click the links. Tell us a little bit about yourself. If you talk with myself, they'll get in touch with me, or you get in touch with somebody from Southern California or the NorCal office if you're wanting to do that. But it doesn't matter where you're at. We can train and mentor you across the United States. We've been doing it for a while now, right? And that's why we have this lovely stuff. Makes it easy. The world's a lot smaller now. So bird dog, but there's a lot of wholesalers who I would consider bird dogs. They're trying to copy and paste. They're trying to sell other people's deals, right? That's a wholesaler. They didn't lock up the contract. It's not under their name, right? It's not under their LLC. None of that. That's what you call bird dog, but they're trying to sell the deal and copy and paste, and then what's called the daisy chaining all these deals, right? Now, that does happen in commercial too a little bit, but you got master leases and stuff like that and contracts to avoid that. Same thing for single family. We have contracts and agreements to avoid a lot of that stuff, but it's happening. And they want to get paid $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for what? An address? For somebody they never met, but somebody that they happen to get a buyer like Dispo, right? No, it's not going to happen. Referral fee, $250, $1,250, $2,000 if you're lucky to get a referral fee, right? Otherwise, go get your own deals, go rock your own deals, and get them under contract. Okay? Now, the other thing, right? So that's wholesale. For me, I found out about wholesale, or found out about selling contracts by accident. Because they have these contracts, and going, hey, I'll buy that deal for me. You want to sell it? I'm looking for money to do the deal. I want money to do the deal, And they're like, hey, I tell you what. I got the money, but I'd rather just buy it from you. Can you do that? I was like, that sounds kind of cool. Take some money right now. All right, money talks, bullshit walks. So I was like, that's awesome. Can I do that? He said, yeah, sure. We're going to use an assignment agreement and this and that, or we're going to do whatever we need to do with an option, all kinds of, there's ways of doing it. I'm not going to get into right now, but it was a simple assignment agreement. Put the contract together, assignment agreement, sign it over to him, and he'd go ahead and close it. Give me my money. Sometimes I did table closings, and they would just give me a check, $5,000-10,000, boom, go do your thing. $5,000-10,000, boom, go do your thing. And then I kept rolling. I go, okay, I guess I can. I was assigning deals. At the same token, I'm looking for the good ones, right, that I want to take down and prepare to fix and flip. So I'm fueling my business. Then I met Hal, my mentor, God rest his soul. I won't get into the story or anything, but he helped me with giving me or firing up the bug in me, creative real estate investing. The creative real estate investing bug that got ignited in me by going, shit, I saw an ad and I'm reading the ad and it says $1,500 for rent. 5-10%, 15% down. Good credit, no credit, bad credit, didn't matter. I'm like, what? Is that how does that happen? How do you do that? That's not from a bank. That's got to be a scam or some shit, right? So I called it. I asked the questions. Happened to be Hal. And he said, yeah. Seller finance, rent to own, lease options. He'd find a house, make it beautiful, fix it up for a nice little family, rent to own, lease option, seller carryback, contract for deed, whatever his flavor was, depending on the situation of the seller. I mean, the buyer, the tenant buyer or buyer, whatever he was doing at the time. And then put them in there for a year, 2 years, 3 years so they can fix their credit. The main thing was credit. They had money. They had a job. They had a family. They just got some bad credit. They couldn't get a loan from traditional banks. The devil. The traditional banks. Right? So it is what it is. And I found that out. I go, wow, this is awesome. Shit, I might want to buy a house from you. How does it work? And started digging in, and started looking up, options. Started going creative real estate investing. Started looking up, I want to make sure, because even when I got contracts in the beginning, because I didn't understand the art of the deal, I didn't understand building a relationship with the seller, I didn't understand that, hey, if some knuckleheads came down the wire and said, don't sell it to Eric and these guys, I'll give you $30,000 more, cancel the contract, right? Then they're going to cancel the contract if you haven't built a relationship with the seller, and they don't trust you and vice versa, or, you didn't figure out to see if they're greedy, see if any red flags popped up, right? And then that's what would happen, learn the hard way a couple of times. And they go around your back, cancel, say they're going to give them $30,000 more, but when you go and look at title, they go, shit, they paid less for it. Already backpedaled and was under contract for the same price pretty much that you had. They just went in, said, hey, I'll give you what you want, I'm going to pay you more, and then backpedal, I can't pay you this, I can't pay you that because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. Got them in escrow, get them all locked up, string them along, and bam, they're saying, shit, just do the deal, right? It's called backpedaling. Well, I don't suggest that, but it happens a lot last cycle, and it's happening now, period, right? In this cycle, is what it is. Sucks. It sucks for the seller. And investors, if you're not doing the art of the deal and you're not building a relationship. Now we build a relationship with sellers, right? The goal is to build a relationship with the sellers so they trust you, they like you, going directly to them and being transparent about stuff and moving forward. Some investors are savvy and landlords. Some are jerks. Some are assholes. Some you got to just, hey, cut the ties and move on, right? You see red flags, move on. Sometimes you say, I was talking with a mentee and we're going, hey, just be careful, right? I've been stabbed in the back from a little old lady from Pasadena and, ready to rob and take all my money, right? So don't trip out or don't, fall for the little old granny from Pasadena or the little old dude who's 80 years old or 70 or 40 or 50. Say whatever they're going to say, right? It's in their DNA. They're going to rip you off. They're not going to tell you stuff. They're not going to disclose certain things. Stay away, qualify them, move on, leave them for someone else, and let that headache go. It's not worth it. But if you're dealing with people, like, for example, property in San Dimas, we worked with the gentleman. They were trying to wholesale. They brought a lot of people in and out. The thing about that is that he lived there for so long, and he was living in a condo now, that these neighbors knew the property. They were watching out for the property. So we came to the table, and we started rocking and rolling with him, and he's all this and that. I need to get this, I need to get that. These sons of bitches did this and did that. I said, oh, okay, yeah, it's called wholesaling. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. I go, okay. Well, I'll be transparent with you. Here's my cash offer. No, I can't do it. Medium, highest cash offer on the table. I can go some sub 2 and this and that. No, I'm too old for all that. I said, I'll tell you what, you know what, I'm getting ready to wrap it up because we're probably not going to put a deal together, but I can do this for you. We're awesome at, what we do, and I'd love to help you if I can. But why don't we just do, here, I'm gonna wholesale it. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm gonna tell you we're gonna wholesale the property, okay? I'm gonna get a contract from you. You want this amount? Just give me a little bit of love, some wiggle room, because you said you're flexible. Okay, and he did, right? Give me a little flexibility, chop it 10, 15,000 bucks or so, a little bit lower. And I said, that's my goal is to get you that number. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get you that number. Anything over and above that, I'm gonna make, right? Being transparent about it. No problem. So I get the contract, right? We got some equitable title of some sort, right? And then we move forward. We start showing it, start moving, and start showing it. Heck, we even had some lunch and breakfast with the gentleman, right? And talked a little bit, right? Some pancakes and all that good stuff, right? And that was the goal. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Every time you had something that he needed. We ran about 80 people or so through that process of going to view the property and view the property. Some people we couldn't be there because of staff limitations, and we get an ID. Send that damn ID, and we'll give you a lockbox number, right? Because we don't need some weirdo wanker going in doing some stuff. Here's a funny story. I said this a couple of weeks ago. We did have someone who was wanted the deal. They liked the deal, but they didn't want anybody else to know about it. We had some signage in there and some marketing that was in the front yard. They actually grabbed our sign, put it in their car, and took off. After we gave them an ID, they gave us the ID so they could go view and gave them a lockbox. We changed the lockbox every probably 48 hours and rotated. And what happened was she took the sign, and the neighbor called the seller, said, this is what's happening. This is what happened. And they go, oh, yeah, the lady had this car, this type of car, this and that. And we go, okay. And then we figured it out, and we actually called her back and said, hey, we need you to return the sign, please, right? Last thing we want to do is call the police because you got something. I don't have it. Look, the neighbors saw you. They were across the street. You have this, that, and you were wearing this, and you did this at this time. Like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll come and bring it back. Crazy shit, right? What I'm getting at is that the seller built a relationship. We built a relationship together. We're transparent, right? We weren't dishonest. He already got burned before. I said, I'm going to do my best. It doesn't cost you a dime, right? We're going to spend the money on marketing and all that good stuff and do what we need to do. He even had people that came and said, look, get rid of these guys. Get rid of Erick, right? And AHA and stuff, right? And we'll just pay you more. Forget them. We already told them, if anybody approaches you, anybody talks to you, please get their information, get the telephone number, find out who they are, get their business card or whatever, and send it to us. And he started stacking them up. And then, here you go, until we got one that said that to us. Same thing, something that happened to me in the last cycle one time ago, right? Or yeah, we'll pay you more money, get rid of them, and we'll come in and do this. And he said, okay, sure, no problem. Here you go. Here's Erick's card. Give him a call. They ever call me? Of course not, because they're being unscrupulous, right? Those shit bags, right? It is what it is. This business is it's not for everybody, right? It is unscrupulous. There are some buttholes in it, and it is what it is. But you just gotta wanna do the right thing. Have some integrity and loyalty and communication you can break down, because you can repair that. Work out a deal together with your investors, with your sellers, with your buyers. Work it out. If you can't work it out, then move on, right? But it's always best to work it out in some capacity. So that was me, and that's what I was doing, right? So I started doing like wholesaling, and then even now, right, there's wholesaling. You got subject to, you got options, you got seller financing, right? There's a lot of things that you can do. The market is shifting a little bit, so everybody put a lot of stuff on the market and now needs to adjust. So investors are going back and defaulting almost like it's the last cycle, right? I'm going 60, 65. I'm not doing 70 cents on the anymore on the market, right? I'm like, okay, cool. We find 60, 65 cents on the dollar. We're not going to wholesale the son of a bitch. You got to be an idiot, right? Take that son of a bitch down. That's a unicorn, right? Take it down, fix it and flip it. As my mentor used to tell me, said, Erick, when are you going to fix and flip? When I first got started, all I'm doing is buying your deals and you're selling these deals off to other people. When are you going to start fixing and flipping? I said, I'm not ready. But he said, look, Erick, you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. If you buy it and you got to unload it and dump it, you can. If you decide you want to fix it and flip it, there's more money than there is deals. Someone's going to cut you a check. If there's enough LTV or loan to value and equity in the property, they will do it. That's what happened to me on one of my first fix and flips. Right? It was a divorce property. We ended up calling, and I talked to the lady, It was the NOD pre-foreclosure, getting ready to go to auction and stuff. I talked to her. She said some kind words about her husband, and her husband said, you know what? Or I didn't talk to him yet, but she goes, he's this and that and that. He doesn't want to sell. He doesn't want to sign. We already went through that. We tried to list it. This didn't work. He just said he's done. He's just hanging out in the house, feeling sorry for himself, drinking a bunch of alcohol. So I said, okay, I tell you what, money talks, bullshit walks. Give me his number. You could call him, but he's probably going to do this. I said, just give me his number. I'll give him a call. If I can get this done, we got a deal? Will you work with me? Will you work with us? I want to get you paid. Sure, no problem. Here's a number. Bring. I call the husband, right? And we talk and we chat and we talk and we chat and we talk and we chat and we go through what we go with everybody, right? It's the submission. The mission is the submission for every mentee. We show you the art of the deal, how to talk to the seller. We went through all that. What's on the first? What's on the second? Tell me about the property. Tell me what you know, because they're going to talk about what they know. The house. Of course, some kind words for his soon-to-be ex-wife, this, that, and that's what happened, and blah, 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 blah. Cool, we want to get you some money, man. We're like advocates on both sides here, right? And he said, no problem. Set an appointment. We went down there with my partner associate, my money guy, right? Now we went there and we sat and we talked, and we made things happen, and we locked up the deal, okay? There were a couple of things before that, right? Because I'm trying to wholesale it. I did get the contract. I met with him. We locked it all up. And that was the goal, was to make up the back payments, pay her some money, pay him some money, and then we're going to fix it up, put our own money in it, and then we're going to cut him a check after we fix it, and they come to the office and collect a cashier's check. That was the goal. In the process, we're still going, I got this brain fart. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and fix it and flip it, and I got the money ready to go. Of course, I didn't know where the money was going to come from, because that's why I didn't do it, right? I didn't want to go hard money, didn't want to go traditional, and I didn't have any private money resources. But Hal said, look, there's money out there, tons and tons of money. If you got a good deal, the money's out there, okay? So while I was doing all this good stuff, I didn't know where it was, and I decided I'm just going to lock it up. I'm going to wholesale it, so I'm trying to wholesale the deal. I'm trying to sell the paper to an investor / real estate agent, right? That wasn't going so well. I put like $80,000 on the table in this deal. All I wanted was a couple of bucks. Did everything for him, all the contracts, broke it all down. Water filtration system and all that good stuff needed to be paid, and a couple other things, did a full prelim, and pretty much the full prospectus. So here you go. Let's do it. Okay, and then that's where policies and procedures came in, nickel and diming, right? So it's like, I'm going to nickel and dime you. I'm going to nickel and dime you. Okay, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I got to write it higher so I don't get in trouble with this, that. Blah, 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 blah. I was getting frustrated. I said, man, I am done. I got 3 other people that want to buy this sumbitch, but I came to you because I like you, and, we got a relationship together, and you said you could take it down. You got all this freaking money. What's the problem? Well, the same bullshit, right? And all the stuff like you want to right now. Things are changing and the market's adapting and blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff, right? Whatever, all bullshit. Let's just roll. There's money on the table. It's a freaking deal. So I got pissed off and I said, he took a day. I give him a day, give everybody 24, 48 hours, be on the A list. Boom. Write a check. I don't care how high it is or how low. Just write a check. Whoever writes a check with the money that's supposed to, what we're looking for, you get the deal. It's not about how high or bidding and any of that shit. No bidding war. Just write the damn check. If you're the first one within 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on what we give on it, then it's your deal, right? Even if it's a couple of minutes later, someone comes and wants to write a check, too bad, it's done, right? Integrity and loyalty, and stick to that. That's what we do. So I gave him 24 hours, didn't perform. I got frustrated, and I was going, you know what? I heard Hal in my head. Do the deal. Do the deal. There's money in the deal. There's money out there, Eric. You'll find it, right? Even if you got to unload the son of a bitch, you can still make money. At the same token, it's hard to circumvent when you control the property, when you're the trustee and beneficiary of the property and all this other good stuff, and you're doing certain things, right? You're doing some creative real estate investing to cover your arse. That's another reason why I started that. I started doing that because I didn't want people to circumvent, even if it's an escrow or cry and whine and cancel about a bunch of other stuff, or they change their mind, seller buyer's remorse. Once it's done, it's done. Right? You get to pay us money to get that property. At the end of the day, if we want to get a loan on it, we can. We want to sell it, we can. Do we need your signatures to list it? No. There are some things called like novation is what's happening. That used to be a novelty thing 30 years ago, 25 years ago or some shit, right? It's coming back, right? Novation. Hey, we're going to do this and do that, That's something that I'm not going to get into, but basically what that is, if I was going to do novation, I'd say, yeah, let's go ahead and do this because I want to come into the deal and structure it. We're going to take over the deal. That's where a lot of the JV shit's happening, right? And then we're going to structure it and do it and get rid of it. But we need to be able to work with the seller and do a couple of things and record some stuff, right? Or you can do it and do it in a way where you're just going to go after the deal and do some, novation stuff and, affidavits of power of affidavits of power of attorney, things of that nature. So you have the right to be able to list it, get some money, put a little, almost like a memorandum of option. You're going to place a memorandum of option, cloud the title, but you're going to spend $5,000-$10,000. So you want to make sure that's locked in case the seller decides to sell to somebody else. Then at least you're getting your $10,000 to $15,000 because they can't sell that house unless they pay you, and you can sign off and free up that title, right? Clear that title. So there's a lot of interesting things. I just learned out of experience from not getting, I didn't want to get burned, right? I want to make sure I was protecting myself and protecting the seller and protecting what we're doing, right? So it's a natural progression. So basically what happened on that particular property is went in, did what we needed to do. I tore up the contract, went back in, renegotiated, said, I'm going sub 2 on this son bitch. Boom, 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 new parameters, and went in, did it. And then got the money to do it from another investor who was coming down to the office, saying, I got money. And some were frustrated. Oh, I paid $20,000 for Ron Laturd or whatever, a grand or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I remember there was a stack of books and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? It was what it was at the end of the day. It wasn't very good. It was a lot of fluff and it was shit. Carlton Sheets was awesome, right? I'm not gonna lie. I bought it $20. Best $20 I probably ever freaking spent. Learned secret of private investing. Learned secret of a little bit of the contracts. Okay, I did pay an attorney. Say, can I get in trouble and use these? And we'll be okay. $150 it cost me. No problem. I want to double check. So there's a lot of cool stuff. It's going to happen in your business. It's going to happen in your industry. We just want to work with awesome people, whether you're wanting to be mentored and trained, or we want to work with us and help us find new deals or work deals or write checks and get a check back as a first trust deed investor, or you want to put in a buy order, do a soft commitment, right? We're not doing any syndication stuff or anything. More about equity based if we're going to go after apartment buildings and hotels and affordable housing or single family property, and you want to be involved in that, then we want to talk with you. I'm going to go ahead and do a little ringer dinger right here. Find the art of the deal. Become a first trust deed investor. There we go. I'll roll that right down there. But as a wholesaler, that's pretty much, I guess, what was being done. Sell the contract, ended up getting contracted in first fix and flip. Went out, found the money because there was enough spread in there to do it. As they say, that was never looked back, right? Did our thing, moved on. But then I started getting into creative real estate investing. Started getting into putting properties into a trust, options, taking options, locking up properties, getting them sold to the second to other investors, as well as taking those down and fixing and flipping and buying and holding rentals and things of that nature. Now do the same thing here in this cycle, right? We're just a little better at it, just a little bit, and doing it throughout the United States, in different states, from Florida all the way to the West Coast and everything in between. We're awesome. We love Texas, so we're moving into Texas as well, Ohio, Missouri, of course, Florida. Looking at Tennessee, obviously looking for people in Tennessee that we can work with. We had a few, but they dropped off. Washington as well, looking for Washington again, and things of that nature. Of course, here in Southern California, if you like to work, hey, I've got the okay to, bring if you're part of acquisitions, we want to talk with you. If you got dispo and you're awesome and you're badass at dispo, we want to talk with you. If you're awesome at selling, you sold pest control, maybe you sold cars, you sold roofs or something, we want to talk with you because we're looking for people to sell high-ticket items, right, at the end of the day, which is the mentoring program. We want to plug that into others across the United States, and you can make some good money doing it. We'd love to speak with you. We also want to say thank you to all the past and present and future mentees of America. You're doing rock and roll. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. That's the wholesaling part, right? And let's get into the JV. The JV, there's a lot of staying, almost like the same thing of the bird dog stuff, right? JV, joint venture, right? Let's find a bunch of newbies. And if you're experienced, gobble up the newbies, work the deals, do some novation shit, do some sub 2 shit, take over the deal. A lot of time we just say, hey, cancel the damn contract with them, plug us in, we'll talk with the seller, then we'll move in and cut them a check, right? That stuff happens. It's a lot better. We feel it. We like rather we do that than get on contracts with people we do not know. We will do it with mentees and things that we have building a relationship with that's different. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now as far as that's concerned. But JVs, right? That's kind of like the back of the horse. They're saying go find JV, JV, JV. But a lot of that is the blind leading the blind. And a lot of times you put two JV peeps and they don't know shit, right? You got two newbies and they're trying to JV a deal and it goes to shit, right? It is what it is, right? Every cycle is going to have its little things and quirks and stuff. Will it work next cycle? Yeah, it won't work for a while, then it'll come back, work for a while, come back. It's kind of like real estate. It's cyclical, right? Depending on what's the new flavor. We like to stay consistent, right? Like the rabbit and the tortoise, right? We're always rocking, man, right? We can go, we got both, right? We can jam and rock and speed that some bitch up like a freaking rabbit, right? Or we can just cruise, right? Like a solid tank, right? Boom, boom, do our thing. But we're always in, and some people say, well, that's only good for certain parts. Creative real estate investing only works in a down market or when there's a lot of foreclosures. That's all bullshit because, look, life happens, period. When life happens, the stressed properties are always there, right? We got 340-something million people in the United States of America, right? Stuff is going to happen. So joint venturing, that's cool. If you understand who they are, that you know who they are, if they're new and you need them, or if you're seasoned and working with certain seasoned people, as long as it's mutual and you have a mutual agreement with each other, you understand you're going to pay each other, then awesome, right? But that's kind of like a lot of the blind leading the blind, a lot of bullshit, a lot of vetting. There are programs and there are some people rocking and rolling that stuff. Congratulations for them. And that is their model, until it's not their model anymore and they have to adjust, adapt, or perish, right? It is what it is. The writing's on the freaking wall. The market is changing. And we got to adapt. That's what we're here for. We're already geared up for 2022, 2023. We geared up for 2022, 2023, 24, and 2025 and beyond. We're gearing up for that, and we have geared up for 2023, 24, and 25. We're looking forward to it. It is what it is. The market's rocking and rolling right now. It's doing its thing. But if you dig deep, someone told me somewhere, I forgot where I met the guy, but he said, man, just dig deep, put your blinders on, and work your ass off. That's it. Then I added a little bit to it, and that little bit to it is, hey, sometimes you got your blinders on, you're digging in there. Sometimes you look up, and you got to take the blinders off, look around, take a look at who's doing what. Don't worry about the Joneses, and then put them some bitch back on, and boom, get to work. Who cares about the competition? Who cares about who did this? They did that. YouTube's doing this. Of course, you want to stay up to current events, right? That'd be dumb, but that's not what he was saying. He was just saying, do what you do best, right? Rock and roll that stuff. But it was awesome advice at the end of the day. Let me see what we got. JVs. Then we got creative real estate investing. Yes, I'm biased because creative real estate investing is at the top and everything else falls below that, right? That is the umbrella. Creative real estate investing is the umbrella of all of it. Now you got traditional real estate with listings. You got traditional real estate where there's buyers, agents, and a brokerage, right? That's that. The public sector is what I call it. Then we have what's called the private sector, or the private sector rolls around that whole section of the regular stuff, right? Or however you want to look at it. Bottom line is that there are agents and brokers that want to get into this business. They're doing the traditional stuff, referral, lead gen, and then they're wanting to go, man, I got to learn what these other guys and gals are doing with wholesale, with subject to, with doing these creative deals, right? I want some of that. I got to learn some of that. So they're picking it up. They're catching up. They're either paying for some training, mentoring, and doing whatever they need to do to get into the business. And some are like, no, that's not for me. Others are going to be brokers and go, look, no, I don't want you doing that. You're going to get me in trouble, right? So that's happening too. I'm going to go ahead and share something down there. Boop. Got an hour. I'm going to get off here because we got some calls to make that are coming up. AmpLive.net. Go to AmpLive.net. Check it out. But the clear winner, I know I didn't get too much into creative real estate investing, but you got the bird dogs, you got wholesaling versus joint venture or JVing versus creative real estate investing. I'm going to tell you creative real estate investing by far is the winner. Okay, now it's a progression, right? When you first get into this business, most people aren't doing the bird dog because it's not as sexy. I'm going to be a bird dog. No, you're going to be a wholesaler, right? You're going to wholesale. You're going to be a wholesaler, wholesale, and you're going to daisy chain. And you're going to copy and paste, and you're going to JV and do all that good stuff. I say, that's up to you. If you want that, cool. What do? Yeah, we're going to go in there, and you're going to become a creative real estate investor. You're going to become a real estate investor, period. Pick up your Think and Grow book. Study it. You get a welcome email. We're going to talk about your goals, right? You got to have a target. Without a target, you're going to spin aimlessly round and round and round. And that's what I've done when I started listening to stories in 2010 of all these people paying $50,000 for this, $20,000 for that, $30,000 for that. I think the highest one was $150,000, believe it or not, for one freaking day. That's insane. I saved that homeboy. I saved that guy $150,000, right? So you don't need to do that. That's dumb. Don't do it, man. And I had to explain to him why. And I had to show him everything we're doing. Oh my God, okay, I get it. But it happens, right? There's some that are $2,000 for videos and PDFs. Some are, hey, it's a $3,000 module to learn sub 2, a $3,000 module to learn wholesaling, a $3,000 module to learn this. Heck, there's programs out there you're going to say it's $20,000 for this. This is what you get: coaching, videos, this. You get the kumbaya, all that shit, right? Everything feels nice and fuzzy inside, but then when you call them up and you need to work a deal or get on the phone inside of a house, did you watch video 179? Yes, I did. Okay, you need to go watch it again. Good luck to you on your deal. Beep. I know it's cynical, right? There's my cynical laugh, right? Because it's true. Nobody does what we do because, one, there's liability, there's issues, there's time, there's all kinds of stuff, and you're not going to make a gazillion dollars selling what? A coaching program, videos, PDFs, Facebook groups with the blind leading the blind and selling you more shit. $20,000 on a program. And then they call you back 3 or 4 or 5 months later. Hey, would you like some coaching? Or a little bit. It's almost like mentoring, but it's not. We're just going to call you once a week and do this and do that. An extra $6,000 or $7,000. It's a discount. It's really 10. All right, upsell. There's a madness for it. It all works. I'm not saying all programs are bad, because a lot of them are good, but people are human. People are not going to move forward enough, right? It's like putting an elephant. I always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? They throw a big elephant on you, and you get smothered, and you're going to go away. 97% of the people are not going to make it. 1 to 3% will, for whatever reason. But if you have a mentor, you got a better chance of making it than 1 to 3%, right? Maybe 5, 10%, right? On top of the 1 to 3, you're going to make it because you got somebody working with you. Because what you don't know is what you don't know. When you're ready to make a right-hand turn, right? Us, mentors, going to say, go ahead, you can go down that route if you like. There's nothing there. Well, this and that, I think it would be good for this and think for that. What about this and what about that? Well, just let me try it out. Okay, go ahead. We'll be right here and we'll let you know. Let us know when you're done. They come back. You're right. There's nothing down there. Okay. Let's try to not do that again, right? Let's waste your time, my time, our time, everybody's time. Let's go this way. This is where the money's at. This is how we're going to do it, and this is why we're going to do it. And hopefully that makes sense, right? But that's the beauty of having a mentor. So you're not failing forward, unless you're building something. It's going to be like an awesome big-ass company, and you got your mind thinking, I'm going to do this and do that and that, and then build out. You got your foundation. Then fail forward and break shit. Fail forward and break shit if you can afford it. Right? Then you do it. Because beautiful magic is going to happen. I used to play music a long time ago, right? You play music, you get the band, hey, you got the bass and the drums and guitar jamming and trying something out. And then you want to say, you tried this, you try that, you try this. And as a vocalist, you're going to come in and go, all right, I like that part, but we can make that a little heavier, kind of orchestrating stuff, write in some lyrics. You go through and you jump in and you ad-lib that shit, right? Of course, you do that only because you got a foundation. You know your band, right? You guys got together. You see if you gel together. See if you're going to, see if there's any spark or magic somewhere there, right, with your band members. And then you got the same mindset. You all want to kind of go after the same type of music, get signed by the same companies and do certain things. It's going to be a difference. It's okay, right? They're like human beings. That's where the magic comes in. Sometimes when you get in arguments with each other, fire ignites, poof, sparks, right? That's awesome. The magic comes that way. But you still got to build a foundation, right? Play the drums. Let's do some practicing. Let's play some tunes. Let's see if we can click and gel. Boom. You got some songs under your belt. Now you got a foundation, right? Maybe you did some gigs together. Now you got a foundation. Now you can start doing shit, right? Let's try this song. Let's try that. Let's ad-lib this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Do that. Then you start experimenting, right? Same thing here, right? That's what we do. Almost think of it as like a franchise, a McDonald's franchise, right? A McDonald's franchise, you got to qualify for the franchise. Just because you dip some fries somewhere or you're an accredited investor and you're good to go, still doesn't mean you're going to be a good fit. You have to go through the process. You got to get vetted, and then if you get past that point, you're going to go to McDonald's University or something like that, and you're going to learn how to drop fries. You're going to learn how to order. You learn how to run a McDonald's, so you don't have to. It's the same thing. And then if you're good enough to do it, and you got the money, and you buy it and execute, then boom, right? Then you start rocking and rolling. Hopefully, you get to keep that franchise. We'll get another one, get another one, get another one. If you don't, and you do a bad job, they will strip that franchise from you, and you move on. And whatever you spend, that's business at the end of the day, right? Just like real estate. Not every deal is going to close. Not every deal is going to be a winner. You're not going to make $500 gazillion on every deal, like you're seeing on Facebook, right? Most important thing if you're new is to learn the process so you can rinse and repeat it. I always say recipe action, right? You want to make a nice omelet, there's a recipe for it for a certain way. I'll go this way, Dutch babies. When I was younger, my father had a girlfriend, and she made, I guess, she came from some money and some stuff, and they used to have Dutch babies and bacon. It's not babies, but there's a thing, right? It's like a pancake, almost like a waffle, where you put the recipe together, and if you do it right, you put it in a pan, one of those glass pans with butter, and then it would like rise because you could see it in the oven with the glass, and it just like rise and it looked like caverns, right? And then on all four sides, and then they would cut it, put it on your plate, put strawberries on it, whipped cream, some sugar, right, and butter. And I'm like, man, the taste was awesome. How it looked was awesome. Everything else was awesome. I go, man, I feel rich just eating this shit, right? And I'm like, wow, I need that recipe. And it stuck in my mind forever. When I met my lovely wife, we started, moving forward, building a family and kids. I go, babe, can we figure out how to make Dutch babies? Right? Now, and she goes, to this day, it's still kind of cloudy, but it's really simple. I think it's something about eggs in a blender and some other stuff. I can't remember. But she figured it out. She made it. And I go, wow, this is freaking awesome, right? But if you have a recipe, it comes out the same way all the time. If there's a special recipe that you got from grandma, then that's the special magic in there. It's the same thing here. You can have a recipe and try to duplicate the recipe, but it might not come out the same, right? Or you're going to change the ingredients because I want to change the ingredients because that's just not me. I don't like that. I don't like strawberry. I don't like this. I don't like flour, whatever it is. And you change it. And it doesn't come out, it doesn't perform, it's not the same thing, right? A lot of people do that. For what? The recipe is the recipe, follow the recipe. If you want to alter the recipe, alter it later on because you're going to do something with it or you're going to, I don't know, I'm just saying. It's just a simple analogy on how simple this can be, but people make it difficult, right? There's no reason for that. The recipe is a recipe, and a lot of people, like even an omelet, right? Say, hey, you're going to break a lot of eggs just to make an awesome, perfect omelet. I get it, because you got to do that shit with the egg and everything, and you want the white part of the egg so it fluffs and does its thing, and you add some peppers and some ham and some sausage if it's breakfast or whatever, meat, steak, whatever. But there's still a process to making an omelet. If you don't do that, then the omelet doesn't come out like an omelet. It's just scrambled eggs, right? A lot of people make an omelet, they're doing that, and they say, fuck it, scrambled eggs. They'll never taste an omelet with that recipe. They have to do it right. But they're always going to have eggs and go, why? I don't understand. Why can't, take the time to learn how to make that omelet and then rinse and repeat. It's the same thing. It doesn't have to be difficult, right? Also use your mind, critical thinking. If you're experienced, you want to reach out, talk with us, awesome. If you're a broker and you want some help in firing up your agents and motivating your agents and also bringing the art of the deal to the table for them, so they can dominate their area, dominate your area. Reach out, 888-828-1468, or reach out to me somewhere. Erick, you see me online. Get Erick Paul. You can hashtag that stuff. Hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. Hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, and you'll find my stuff. Hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, and you'll find our stuff. YouTube, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, it's there. We post a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes out there, so there's more than enough content. Reach out. I don't care where you're at, right? If you're in Southern California, awesome. If you're in the Midwest or down in the East Coast, awesome. Reach out. We can do this way, or I can fly out to you and we can work with you to get everything set up, and then we can go virtual, okay? Love to do that. Love to help you out. Reach out and talk to us. Talk to maybe one of our sales peeps, and they'll lock that up and set up an appointment with me. I'll be more than happy to chat with you if you are a broker and you're wanting to learn some of the art of the deal, or want us to share that. See some of the art of the deal, some creative real estate investing techniques, but doing it in a manner that you've probably never heard of, or maybe you have. But we're very, 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 very confident that we can help you dominate your area and just blow that shizzle out of the water, okay? Love to speak with you. Without further ado, I am Eric from AHA, Americans Helping Americans. One American at a time, one family at a time, one property at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together along with you across the United States of America, as I always say. I'm your host, the AMP Live Real Estate Show, doing this every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. If it's not being done, hey, I'm not a robot. We're not robots. Maybe I'll have some guests and have other people do that for us, right? But these are more geared towards helping you, right? Dropping those nuggets in between all this stuff, right? So there's no fluff. Okay, we're not here to try to just watch Module 1, watch Module 2, Module 3. No, this is round 2. Round 2. Hopefully you got some awesome nuggets. Hopefully you got some value from reading this. Go check out amplive.net. Go check out americanshelpingamericans.net. Go reach out to us in regards to American Mentee program if you're wanting to come aboard and get trained and mentored by us, or jump on our coaching with interactive mentoring, or be part of our 30-day challenge, which will save you 6 to 12 months. 90-day coaching with interactive mentoring will save you 1 to 2 years of spinning your wheels in this business. The 6-month one-on-one mentoring is going to save you 3 to 5 years of spinning your wheels in this business. Reach out. We'd love to speak with you. If you're looking for deals, reach out, do a buy order and a soft commitment. If you're wanting to become a first trusted investor, reach out. We'd love to speak with you. You know, your goal is to write a check, and our goal is to write a check back based on the equity of the property, the LTV. We'd love to do that for you so you can get a better return investment on your money. It's not sitting in the bank or sitting in the savings, you know, going negative, or an IRA or something of that nature, some retirement, whatever it may be. We'd love to speak with you. That's about it. We're hiring. Southern California, got the okay. Disposition, if you're awesome at that, we want to speak with you. Acquisitions, if you're awesome, we want to speak with you. High ticket sales, lead generation as well. We're also hunting some peeps for Northern California as well. So reach out. We'd love to speak with you. AMP Live, the American Mentee program, the only program of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America 7 days a week if needed. Okay, it's the art of the deal. Not going to get tons of videos. Not going to get a bunch of PDFs. Right? It's going to be meat and potatoes, getting into rock and roll to get you active, building the foundation first, right? Building that foundation, almost like training. We're getting you training. We're training you so you can get in the ring so you don't get your ass kicked, right? And we're training and training so when you're ready to get into the ring, you don't get your ass kicked, because we're with you. We're right there with you. Heck, trust me, we're actually going to be getting in the ring with you as well, okay? So it's an awesome thing to see. It's an awesome thing to do. There's nothing on the planet like it. We love to speak with you. If you're out there and, hey, you want to help us grow this thing to an international cause and mission, reach out to us. Reach out to me directly. I'm Erick Paul, the AHA Americans Help Americans, and AMP Live, the American Mentee program. AMP Live Media, marketing and media company. It's powered by AMP Live Media. VIP Execs, real estate company. VIP Lender. You know what that is. So hopefully your day goes awesome. I know my day is awesome. It's going awesome. I know I had some rough starts here with technology, but you know what? This is awesome because the only thing that you can do is go up and stay positive. If you want to have a shitty day, then only you can give yourself a shitty day. That's my 2 cents. Go get Think and Grow Rich. Go get the 17 Principles of Success. Read and study and get yourself a morning ritual. If you're rocking and rolling, awesome. Congratulations to you. Reach out anytime. Without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. United we stand. Cause and mission is to help our fellow Americans throughout the United States of America How many Americans have you helped? Hopefully you have. If you have not, it's an awesome, beautiful feeling. Depending on what it is, it's still awesome any way you look at it. Go help your fellow Americans. All right. Thank you and have a good day.